Good morning, friends. Today we will describe why the bond order of CO plus is 3.5. We will do the electron count. Here 13 number of electrons are present. As 13 number of electron present, so the bond order should be 2.5, but in reality the bond order is 3.5. Why it is so? We will describe it now. If we draw the electronic configuration of carbon, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2, and if you draw the electronic configuration of oxygen, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Okay, so here 6 number of electrons, 8 number of electrons, here 6 number of electrons. That means total 8 plus 6, 14 number of electron. Now first we will draw the molecular orbital MOT, molecular orbital diagram for the CO molecule. Then we will extend it to CO plus. So let's plot the MOT diagram. So this is the energy axis. This is the energy axis. Now molecule is formed by the linear combination of the atomic orbitals. Once the molecule is formed, the electrons belong to the molecular orbital of a given molecule, not they belongs to the atomic orbitals. Now once obvious question comes to our mind, why molecular orbital is forms? Very easy answer, that everything in the world tends to be stabilized. Stabilized means its energy content is very low, that means it has very low energy, that means it become more stable. So when the atomic orbital combines and they form molecular orbital, they become more stabilized than the atomic orbital. That's why the molecule is also more stabilized than the respective atoms. That is the tendency where the always the atoms prefers to combine to form the molecules. Why they do so? By they doing so, they will be more stabilized. So let's come to our point. This is the combination of molecule. This CO molecule is the combination of two atoms, carbon and oxygen. Now we show their various atomic orbital in the energy axis. One thing, this is the carbon and this is oxygen. Okay, so now this 1s atomic orbital and 1s atomic orbital of oxygen will combine. Now you look one thing, in this diagram I have shown the energy of oxygen atom is less than the energy of carbon atoms. Why? Because the electronegativity of oxygen is more than the electronegativity of carbon. That's why the oxygen attracts the electron cloud toward itself with a more energy than carbon, and it's become stabilized. So after the formations of this oxygen atom, it is more stabilized in energy content than the carbon. That we can also know by applying the ionization energy. As here the oxygen is more stabilized, that means more energy has been released during its formation. So in order to extract one electron from its outermost orbit, we need more energy. So ionization energy of oxygen will be more than the ionization energy of carbon. Similarly, if we use the concept of electron affinity, energy released when a electron is added to the neutral gaseous atom, here if we will add one oxygen, more energy will be released than the carbon. So because it is when the formation of this oxygen atom, more energy has been released and it has been stabilized. Now the energy content is very less. So in order to extract one electron from this oxygen, we have to give that much of energy, more energy. Okay, so that's why the electron affinity and ionization energy of oxygen is more than the carbon. This proves that the energy content of oxygen atom is less than the energy content of carbons. So now carbon has 1s2, so here we will put two orbital electrons in it, 1s orbital, and oxygen has electron configuration 1s2. Okay, now this two atomic orbital 1s of oxygen and carbon combine to form two molecular orbitals. Okay, one is sigma bonding molecular orbital, one is anti bonding molecular orbitals. One more thing we have to concentrate here, that the bonding molecular orbital will be more similar to the oxygen and the anti bonding molecular orbital will be more similar to the carbon. So, and by combination of atomic orbital, when molecular orbital is formed, its energy will be more less than the corresponding atomic orbital. So let's draw the molecular orbital. Okay, so this is the sigma bonding molecular orbital. Okay, so this is sigma 1s2. Now you see this molecular orbital is more close to oxygen than the carbon. So, and the anti-bonding molecular orbital, we will put it here sigma 1s2. So this is sigma bonding molecular orbitals and this is sigma anti-bonding molecular orbitals, and it is formed by the combination of two atomic orbital containing two electron each. So whatever the molecular orbital generated also contain two electron each. Are you getting my point? So this is about the 1s. Now we come to the combination of atomic orbital 2s of carbon and 2s of oxygen. Okay, now again we will draw here 2s of carbon and we will draw here 2s of oxygen. Here also 2 electron, here also 2 electron. Now this is the one molecular orbital and this is anti-bonding molecular orbital. So we will put 2 electron here, we will put 2 electron here in the anti-bonding molecular orbitals. This is called sigma bonding molecular orbital and this is called sigma anti-bonding molecular orbital. Now we will come to the 2p orbitals. Here for carbon there are 3 2p orbitals and here for oxygen there are 4 electrons in the 2p orbitals. So px, py, pz for carbon, here only 2 electrons, I will assign 2 electron here, and here there are px, py, pz, there are 4 electron, I will assign 4 electron here. Now the linear combination of atomic orbital takes place to form the molecular orbitals. Now we will draw the molecular orbitals here, and this two molecular orbital formed is pi 2px and pi 2py, and other molecular orbital formed is this is sigma 2pz. Similarly the anti-bonding two molecular orbital is formed and anti-bonding this molecular orbital is formed. This is pi 2px, pi 2py, we will call pi star 2px, pi star 2py, and it is sigma star 2pz. Are you getting my point? So here in the linear combination of atomic orbitals, here 3 orbital, total 6 orbital takes place. So as a result of which there will be 4 molecular orbitals, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So we will put the respective electrons here. So how many? 4 plus 6, so I put the electron 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, now these are the molecular orbitals arranged over the nuclei of two atoms in a given molecules. Now if we will calculate the bond order, what is the formula of bond order? Half minus number of electron in the bonding molecular orbital minus number of electron in the anti-bonding molecular orbitals. So what is the number of bonding molecular orbitals? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So 10 minus number of anti-bonding molecular orbitals, electrons in the number of anti-bonding molecular orbitals 1 2 and 3 4. So 4 equal to 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. Are you getting my point? So this is the MOT diagram justifying that the bond order of CO is 3. Now we will come to the point CO plus. Now we will come to the point CO plus. Here it has lost one electron. It has lost one electron. Now what will be the bond order? You see the point. Whenever you see the concept of ionization energy. Ionization energy is the required amount of energy to remove an electron from its neutral gaseous atom. That means whenever we are extracting one, taking out one electron from its which position? Always from the outermost orbit. From the outermost orbit we are taking one electron because it is less exposed to the nucleus. That means it has very less attraction of the nucleus. So this is the molecular orbitals surrounding the molecule. In a nucleus of the molecule, these are the molecular orbitals. So when one electron will be extracted, one electron will be taken out, it will be taken out from the outermost orbits. This is called HOMO, highest occupied molecular orbitals. In this molecule, which is the highest occupied molecular orbitals? Because here this is sigma star 2s2, sigma star 2s2. In this carbonyl CO molecule, sigma star 2s is the highest occupied molecular orbital. This is the HOMO. So from this HOMO, electron will be taken out. So when CO plus is formed, just we will take this electron out. Just this electron will be taken out. This electron will be taken out when it becomes CO plus, because this is the HOMO, highest occupied molecular orbital. Now simply we will put the bond order formula. Bond order equal to half minus number of bonding electrons present in the molecular orbitals and number of anti-bonding electrons present in the orbitals. Okay, Nb minus Na. So how many number of electrons present in the bonding molecular orbitals? Already you know it is 10. Okay, now one electron for the bonding anti-bonding molecular orbital has been taken. So now it's become, instead of 4 it become 3. So it will be half, it is 7. So 7 by 2. Now it becomes 3.5. So in this way we can justify